Hey viewers, welcome to another BRM video. Today we're going to go over self-extracting crank arm bolts, specifically ones on vintage bicycles. This bike here is a 1980 Team Mayada. We'll be showing you in this video how to tell that you have them and how do they work, and also how do you know what bolt size you have. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to all my viewers. Thanks for watching. And welcome to all new viewers. Thanks for tuning in, and go ahead and subscribe and like. You'll see some more how-to videos, and also take a look at some of our restoration projects. I think you'll enjoy them. Okay, so let's get right into it. So first of all, how do you know you have them? Well, as you can see here, this is a 1980, of course, Shimano Dura Ace crank set. And you can tell that you have them because the bolt is exposed and it has a ring around the bolt here, usually with some spanner pin holes in them. If you have a dust cap over your crank, you do not have them. Can you convert them? Yes, and there are some kits in the description below. I'll give you a link to some kits there if you want to convert. Now let's take a look at these, and I'll show you how they work and how to measure. Go ahead and, of course, you just unscrew like you normally would. Now it's going to get tight at one point. As it breaks loose, it's going to get tight, and you may kind of worry, well, am I doing this the right way? And yes, you are. Just keep turning it until it loosens up, and it will. As you can see, it's just pushing the crank off as you're turning the bolt. Okay, so how do they work? Well, let's take off the outer ring here. Okay, what you have here is a hex head bolt that has an attached ring to it, and what this ring does is push on the outer retainer ring as you're unscrewing the crank, and this pushes the whole crank out. So it's pretty basic how it works. Now, how do you know what size bolt you have? Well, the way to measure a hex bolt, or most bolts, is by the diameter of the shaft down here. And as we measure it, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but when you measure it thread to thread, it comes out to 8 millimeters. So this is an M8, and that's probably what you need for your vintage bike if you want to convert them to the self-extracting bolts. And of course, the kits usually come with the ring, outside ring too, to be able to have it work. Just remember, if you are going to convert, to make sure you measure your bolt and that you're getting the right size. The heads on most of the non-self-extracting are not hex bolt heads. They're usually like a 15 millimeter, some are 14 millimeter. That won't matter so much, just so you get the right diameter of the threads here. Okay, so that's basically it. Get this back on here, and then I'll show you the torque setting to use when you put these back on, if you want to use the torque wrench. Okay, we'll get this back on here. Line it up. This particular bolt uses a 6 millimeter hex wrench. Snug it up a little bit there. Now, I set my torque wrench for this one at 14 Newton meters. There we go. Okay, I figure that works the best. I've seen different settings for these, and this one seems to be the best one that I have found. Okay, so we went over to how to tell that you have them and how they work, and now we're going to show you how to install them. Pretty easy. Just a couple of parts here. This is the kit that we bought. I have a link in the description below if you're interested in changing yours out. So let's get started here. First, we'll just remove the dust cover. Okay, now we're going to remove the bolt. This is 15 millimeter. Okay, that's done. So now we're going to do the parts here. And we'll go ahead and put the bolt in there first. Comes with a little plastic ring that just fits on there. I'll show you here. Just fits over the, they made a little lip for it so it fits right on there. Makes it nice to, makes it glide off a little easier. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to put the outer ring on. Just want to make sure we get that on there straight so we don't cross thread it. That's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and test it now. Make sure that it's going to work okay. Works perfect. So that's it. Easy to change them out. Doesn't take long at all. Okay, perfect. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned for the rebuild of the 1980 Miata, Team Miata, and we'll see you for the next one.